Welcome back to TVB News. The government insists it will not shelve its medical reform bill despite a filibustering attempt in LegCo. Caleb Leung tells us more.
The quorum bell rang for more than a dozen times today at the Legislative Council. Medical sector lawmaker Leung Ka-Lau made numerous quorum calls as part of his filibustering attempt to block the medical registration amendment bill. Chief Secretary for Administration Carrie Lam condemned Leung's actions. She said the government will not give in or shelve the bill.
This bill is as important, if not more important, than the two other bills on columbarium and fire services engineering regulation. We will press ahead with the bill, and I would appeal to the Honourable Leung Ka-Lau to reflect sincerely and seriously on the public interest.
Meanwhile, for the second time in as many weeks, doctors gathered outside of the LegCo building protesting against medical council reforms. Health Chief Ko Wing-man received petitions by doctors but refused to make any concessions. Incoming Medical Association President Gabriel Choi said the protesting doctors believe the bill is going to be passed by LegCo, but they still want the government to know about their concerns. Choi said he will keep a close eye on whether the medical hearings will speed up in future. Also today, patients groups that support the bill met with Penn Democratic lawmakers who are against the proposed reforms. The two sides failed to reach a consensus. Caleb Leung, TVB News.
The FBI has decided not to file criminal charges against Hillary Clinton for her use of a private email server while she was Secretary of State. At issue was whether classified information was mishandled when Clinton corresponded on her personal email account. After a year-long investigation, the FBI discovered 113 emails were in fact classified, and 8 of them were top secret. What's more, while Clinton was adamant her private server was safe from hacking, the FBI says she was wrong. Still, the FBI said it was clear Clinton did not intend to violate the law. The FBI's recommendation not to file charges now heads to the Justice Department. Officials there say they'll honor that decision. But the head of the FBI publicly shamed Clinton for being sloppy and reckless.
That would support bringing criminal charges on these facts.
Hours after Hillary Clinton discovered she will not face criminal charges, President Barack Obama joined her on the presidential campaign trail. But Donald Trump slammed her for putting the country in danger and accused the FBI of being a rigged system.
Hillary! I believe in Hillary Clinton. And I want you to help elect her to be the next president of the United States of America. That's why I'm here.
Once her former rival and now her most ardent supporter, Obama told voters Clinton's skills as Secretary of State alone make her worthy of the presidency.
I've benefited from her savvy and her skill in foreign capitals, where her pursuit of diplomacy led to new partnerships, opened up new nations to democracy.
But Donald Trump stopped short of calling Obama a liar. He pointed to the FBI's blistering criticism of Clinton for being reckless and sloppy.
It was confirmed today that she routinely sent classified emails on an insecure private server that could be easily hacked by hostile foreign agents. Our enemies may have a blackmail file on Crooked Hillary, and this alone means that she should not be allowed to serve as President of the United States.
Trump said the FBI should be ashamed of itself for letting Clinton off the hook for risking America's national security.
The lives of the American people were put at risk by Hillary Clinton so that she could carry on her corrupt financial dealings.
Clinton barked right back, saying Trump ran a corrupt university, and that's exactly how he'll run America.
No wonder Donald Trump is being sued for fraud. The bottom line is that just like Trump shouldn't have his finger on the button or his hands on our economy.
House Speaker Paul Ryan joined in on the political indictment of Clinton, saying the FBI's decision defies explanation.
The new president of the Philippines says his country is ready to talk to China, not go to war, if an arbitration tribunal rules in its favor in a case Manila brought against Beijing's claims in the South China Sea. Rodrigo Duterte says the Philippines remains optimistic the tribunal will rule in its favor. But he adds his government will need to fully study the impact of the ruling, whether it's favorable or not. The ruling is expected July 12th. The Philippines brought its territorial disputes with China to the Hague-based Permanent Court of Arbitration after Beijing took control of the disputed Scarborough Shoal. In Washington, former Chinese state councillor Dai Binghua warned against countries seeking to implement the tribunal's decision. Dai called for the case to be stopped, saying the tribunal's ruling amounts to nothing more than a piece of paper.
South African Paralympian Oscar Pistorius has been sentenced to 6 years in jail for the murder of his girlfriend, Riva Steenkamp. The minimum sentence for murder in South Africa is 15 years. But the judge today accepted the defense's arguments for a lesser punishment. He called Pistorius a good candidate for rehabilitation. It's not clear yet if the prosecution will appeal the sentence, but the defense has already said it will not. It's the latest twist to the 2013 Valentine's Day murder that first saw Pistorius convicted of manslaughter, which was later upgraded to murder. All right, Chris, what do you have for us today?
Well, we're staying on the grass at Wimbledon, and 36-year-old Venus Williams turned back the clock there, booking a semifinal berth. She beat Yaroslava